Good afternoon, class. Today we'll continue from where we stopped in our previous lesson. That is on percentage profit or loss. Look at under more examples. You focus your attention on that. 1. Lami bought a book for 300 naira and sold it to Bola at a profit of X%. Bola then sold the same book to James at a profit of X%. If James paid 6x plus 3 over 4 naira more for the book than what Lami paid, find the value of x. When you check this question, you discover the cost price for Lami is 300 naira. He made a profit percent of x, or she made, because I don't know whether Lami is a boy or girl. Now, get the selling price for Lami using the second to the last formula I gave you in our last class. Using that formula, selling price for Lami will be 100 plus percentage profit percent cost price for Lami. You do your substitution, replace percentage profit by x according to what they give you. Percent, your cost price 300 for Lami. 100 plus x percent means 100 plus x over 100 multiplied by the 300. This 0 will cancel this, this 0 will cancel this. Then you have 3 times 100 plus x, which you use this 3 to multiply everything in the bracket. And it will give you 3 times 100, which is 300, plus 3 times 0, which is 3x. Put it in bracket like this. This is the selling price for Lami. And it will also become the cost price for Bola because Lami sold to Bola. Bola bought from Lami at this amount. So, when you go to the second sentence, Bola then sold the same book to James at a profit of X%. Get the selling price, the price at which Bola sold to James. Get it? Now, using the same formula, selling price for Bola will be 100 plus percentage profit percent and cost price for Bola. And the percentage profit for Bola is also x, was also X%. Put the x to replace your percentage profit. Then the cost price for Bola now is 300 plus x plus 3x. 300 plus 3x. Look at it here. 100 plus x% means 100 plus x over 100, which I will advise you leave it like this. Don't expand. Now, since Bola sold to James, this new selling price for Bola, this selling price for Bola will now serve as cost price for James. Now, when you go to the third sentence in the question, there we were told that if James paid 6x plus 3 over 4 more for the book than what Lami paid, the cost price for James was 6x plus 3 over 4 more than the cost price for Lami, which mathematically you will interpret as cost price for James minus cost price for Lami equals 6x plus 3 over 4. The cost price for James is more than that of Lami. So mathematically we interpret as cost price for James minus cost price for Lami equals 6x plus 3 over 4. Then you make your substitution. Cost price for James, see it here, put it, minus cost price for Lami, look at it, 300 naira, put it. Then you equate to this. This is now an equation for you to solve. LCM of 104 is 100. Use 100 to multiply the 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. This way, you use 100 to multiply this term. You use 100 to multiply this term. You use 100 to multiply 6x and to multiply 3 over 4. This 100 will cancel this, will be left with this. Leave this. Leave this. 4 will divide 100 to give 25. Leave it times 3. Now here you can open your bracket. You open it this way. This 100 will multiply this to give you 30,000. The 100 will multiply 3x to give 300x. X will multiply 300 to give 300x, and next we multiply 3x to give 3x squared with your sign plus 3x squared minus this times this will give us 30,000. This time this will give us 600x. This time this will give us 75. Now 30,000 minus 30,000 will give 0. Bring 600x here. Bring 75 here. Start by writing your 3x squared plus 300x plus 300x. Bring your 600x here. Bring your 75 here. It changes to minus equals 0. 300x plus 300x minus 600x will give 0. We'll be left with 3x squared minus 75 equals 0. Take your 75 to the other side. You have 3x squared to be 75. Divide both sides by 3. You have x squared to be 25. When you have something like this, you are supposed to say, when you take the square root of both sides, you say plus minus 25 here. But since it's percentage where they even talked about profit, there is no negative sign. So x cannot be negative. No need to put plus minus. So x is 5%. It's 5, sorry. That's what you have your x to be. Example 2. By selling an article for 2,175 naira, a man makes a profit of 16%. Calculate how much the article costs, that's A. B. For how much should he have sold it to make a profit of 28%? Now, go back to your question. By selling an article for 2,175 naira, that is the selling price of that article. Percentage profit is 16%. Then how much the article costs, that's the cost price that you will look for. I'm still going to use the same formula, that is selling price is 100 plus percentage profit percent cost price. Make your substitution, replace your selling price with 2,175, your percentage profit with 16, give your cost price as cost price. 100 plus 16 is 116. 116% means 100 over 6, or 116 over 100, and that gives 1.16. No approximation. Divide both sides by 1.16, and your cost price will be 1,875 naira. Now, in B, we were told that for how much should we have sold it, the same article, to make a profit of 28%. If your percentage profit changes to 28%, remember it's the same article for the same person, bought by the same person, so the cost price will never change. So the cost price remains as 1,875 naira as calculated. It is the percentage profit now that changes to 28%. You are still using the same formula. You want to get your new selling price, which using your formula you say 100 plus percentage profit percent cost price. You put the values in, replace your percentage profit with 28. Your cost price is 1,875. 100 plus 28 is 128 with the percent. That will give us 120% times 1875. And that you interpret as 128 over 100 times 1875. When you press your calculator, it will give you 2,400. That will be the new selling price of the article.